If you're new to my YouTube channel, please click that subscribe button and remember to click the bell icon to get notifications of all my uploads throughout the week. So it's Saturday afternoon and I've just come back from a sort of semi-stressful trip to the supermarket, so I just need to sit and unwind for a little while, and I thought I would come up into the craft room and have a play and create a mixed media kind of art tag, and I want to do it kind of vintagey. I have also got the Sizzix Biggs Die, what's this one called? What's it called? Birdie? Can't remember. What does it say on the side? Bird silhouette. So that's one of the what it looks like when it's cut out, and it's perfect for sitting on one of these art tags with just a tiny little overlap on the beak and the back part of his tail. So that's the die. I have a sheet of pattern paper that I want to use to cut the bird shape out of when I finally do it, but I'm going to cover the tag with all this pile of vintage papers and a couple of ephemera pieces from the botanical ephemera collection from Tim Holtz. So that's what those two flowery pieces are from. The rest is just vintage paper from my collection. So I'm going to start off by gluing them all down with some matte medium, and then I'm going to stick everything down, cover it all over, go over it with some white gesso, some clear gesso, to get rid of that shine. Now there's not much of a shine, but you can see there is just a little bit there. And me no likey to shine on those, and it's not going to fit in with the rest. So I am going to go over everything with clear gesso just to get it all matte when I'm done. Anyway, I'm telling you what I'm going to be doing rather than just actually getting on with it and doing it. So let's just throw a load of matte medium on there, and let's get a decent coating. And I don't particularly mind if there's wrinkles and that kind of stuff in this, because it just all adds to the overall texture of the piece. So literally just going to stick that down, go over the top, let that soak in for a second or two, grab the next piece, just stick that down as it is, because you did see me go over that with it. Again, just keep on going, and then next piece, layer it about there, slap a bit more that medium on, all starts to blend together, and then I'm going to add this piece in there like so. And then I can add, once I've worked out where the top of the tag is, about there, like that. Actually, adding the matte medium over the top might get rid of that shine anyway, so I might not need to have to add any of that clear gesso after all. Just get the edges, and then like so. And that theoretically should be it for the background. So I'm going to put that to one side, and then I'm going to grab my sheet of floral paper. I've had this for so long now I've got no idea where it came from. I have a suspicion, but I can't be 100% certain, but anyway, it's from a UK supplier. So I know I'm going to have the bird cut out facing that way. So I want to add in some bits of paper that I know are going to catch there, and maybe a little bit across the feet, like so. So just across the tail there, and maybe another piece just where the beak is. Now this isn't going to be an exact science when I finally get around to actually cutting it, but as long as I get it somewhere near, I'm going to be happy. So about there, and about there will do nicely. Grab that brush. Come on, matte medium. Oh, that's definitely running out, isn't it? So we said about there. And this is a cool way to layer up as well. If you've got some old papers that you've had kicking around in your collection for so long and you don't really know what to do with them, well, there you go. So about there, we said, and then layer it about there. Okay, so the whole thing is a bit shiny for my liking. So let's just go over the whole piece of paper. Like so. That'll get rid of a bit of that shine. And then all we have to do is get it dried, and I'll be right back. Okay, so everything's pretty much dry on the tag. There's still a few dark patches there, which means that still hasn't really finished drying just yet, but I'm too impatient to wait. So I'm just going to grab my scissors and I'm just going to go all the way around the tag, trimming off all that excess. I'm not particularly going perfectly, because you know it's a vintage tag when all's said and done, so rips, tears, wrinkles and signs of aging are all good. And I can always trim it with a knife later if I felt like it. There, look at that. Lovely. Even as it is, still a wee bit damp. Now, as you can see, that matte medium has got rid of the shine, mostly. So, archival ink, tree branch, lighter than potting soil, and a little bit lighter as well than vintage photo. And vintage photo is water-based. This is permanent, if you didn't know that already. So the archival inks are permanent when dry, whereas distress inks and oxides are water reactive, which I'm sure most people are aware of, but just in case you're a newbie, that's the diff. So all I'm doing is just going around the edges, just adding in bits of dark colour, just putting a little bit of age in around there. Just kind of blend it all together. So all those different colours of backing paper that we had in the background are all kind of now unifying into one. That's the beauty. Okay, so happy with that for the time being. that to one side. Grab a wet wipe and then just have a clean up. You can see where I missed all the matte medium, can't you? It's all taken the colour of the ink and gone dirty. Ugh. Okay, that makes sure we don't get any cross-contamination. Right, I want some Dina Wakley paints. Turquoise. I'm just going to put a little bit on there, mix a tiny amount of water, and then who doesn't love brown and turquoise? Mad people. That's who. Got some nice blue splatters in there. So I want to get that dry. Be right back. Okay, blue is now dry. Look at that lovely colour. Some of it's started to go a little bit greenish when it's mixed with that tree branch archival ink, but that's okay. I've now brought out the darker potting soil. And I'm now going to go a bit darker right on those edges. Build up that layering. I can still feel actually that the matte medium still hasn't dried properly, but that's okay. It still feels a bit tacky under my thumb here. I'm just going to bring a little bit more darker colour up underneath this flower. And then just around that edge there. Just help blend that in a bit more. And then I want a little bit more dark brown over this side here. Just reach in a little bit with that colour. The beauty of this is you can keep on going until you're happy with the way the background looks. And I don't really think you can overdo it too much. Okay, so I need some white. So I'm pinching the Dina Wakley acrylic white. Just a small amount. And I've got a little spatula, palette knife. I'm literally just going to do a few kind of scrapes. Just to add a little bit of contrast and lightness to that foreground. Another quick clean up, and then I'm going to grab some pink blushing. Then I'm going to grab that splatter brush again, and we're going to add some highlights of the pink. That'll do. So don't waste a lot, don't need a lot, don't waste a lot. Get that dry. Okay, that pink is now dry. So we've got some nice kind of splatters in the background, but I just want to add a bit more white in. Now, bubble wrap. The best bit of mark making material anybody can ever add to their collection. And the beauty is that most people don't pay for it. It's just one of those things that we naturally bump into or get sent with packages and whatever from wherever all the time. So we have a never-ending supply of the best mark making material that mankind has ever invented. And so I'm not being accused of being sexist or womankind, because I've got no idea who invented bubble wrap. It may have been a lady for all I know. And just a small bit now in the middle. The beauty is, because we get sent bits of this stuff through the post for free, for nothing, all the time, you don't even have to wash it. Just cut the small piece that you want, and then when you're done with it, chuck it in the bin. Be right back. So all dried, all trimmed out, perfect. So I'm going to put that to one side and then bring back the sheet of floral paper. Now, it was a little bit flimsy and a bit thin, so what I've done just off camera is just backed it with a little bit of spare scrap cardstock just to make it a tad thinner. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lay that over the top, and then I'm going to run that through my Big Shot, and I'll be right back. So there we go, there's my birdie cut out of the sheet. Placement of that paper was just about right. So I'm going to bring back that potting soil archival ink. I've got a brand new foam because the other one decided to fall to pieces, and I'm just going to very, very gently now go around and grunge up the edges, just to introduce a little bit of darkness all the way around. So this may take a little while, so I will speed up the process, just being very gentle on the legs, and then I'll speed it up, pop some music on, a little bit of classical maybe, and I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so I'm happy with the amount of brown and grunge there is on there. So I'm just going to clean up my workplace. And then I have somewhere, I got out my collection earlier on, I've got just one or two little black gems left that I had kicking around. Black gems are not something that I use very, very often. And I've got some foam pads, 3D foam pads. So I'm going to grab some of those. Oh, one on the tail, one on the head, one on the back, one just near the feet, and one on the body, and probably just another one there just to give it a little bit of stability. Maybe one more on the tail there. Probably gone completely overboard on this one. And then peel the backs off. Okay, and then we can bring that back and then work out where we want to put it. Now, I'm not going to drop the bird all the way down so that it sticks, because I will want to add just something else. Now, I've got some washi tape in here somewhere that's got some adverts on it. I want to peel just one little piece so we can put it away without putting the end on. Let's try and find another one. There we go. I should be able to find an end on this one. So I'm going to do that. Tear it slightly. Another small piece. Add it about there. Add a little bit of archival ink. And now I'm going to add that to the tag with that underneath. So just about there. Cool. Okay, very quickly, I've got my Tim Holtz Chit Chat stickers, and then I'm going to pull out the word create, add that there, and then I've got the word dreams, like so. And yes, they are a bit stark white, but that's something we can get rid of straight away. And then I can grab a black pen. He says somewhere. There we go. And then just add a little black border just to make that pop a little bit. So this pen is the number 8 Pigma Micron. So it's got a slightly bigger nib. And I find that just about right for what I want. I'm happy with that. And this is going to go in my new tag journal. So all I have to do now is to find a pencil or something. Oh, there's my pokey tool. That went missing for ages. And then I can just poke through with the pokey tool. And then I'm going to call that tag done. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, without whose generosity and support these videos would not be possible. Thank you.